come out here, we give them Bibles, we give them personal care item needs, we give them like underwear and things like that, and we all and we don't we're, people come and agencies come and ask us who's sponsoring us, and we say no one, and they go, well, what church is sponsoring you? And we say no one. And they go, you mean all of you do this out of your own pocket? And we say yes. And they go, wow. So, as long as the Lord provides is as long as we will do what we do. So, and we believe that he does because he told us to come out here. So we thank you for your time, for coming. Welcome to the church at Buffalo.
Amen.
Amen.
So we've been since March and April praying for the city of Buffalo for revival of the soul of the city. And part of that also included a conference with John Ramirez came in June, and it was fantastic. But the Lord has led us every step of the way. And when he said, go into the toughest, hardest parts of the city and begin to loose decrees so that Buffalo is the place where he's called it to be from the foundation. And so that's what we're following Holy Spirit's lead. And the people have been so tremendously blessed. When we come over here, we get blessed too.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Tell me. Okay. All right. We are here to bring Jesus to the people. We are here to pray for people. We are here to give away food. We're cooking today. We cook one day a month. And we're praying for people, for their needs to be met.
Hot dogs and hamburgers a little bit, and some other food here that's being packaged up, fruits and vegetables as well. So if you see something, sir, you're welcome to it. Okay.
Good? Yeah. You have children? Yeah, I have two. How old? What boy or girl?
We can put these in the bags here.
So this is my wonderful sister friend, Neldria.
Yes.
And Neldria gave me a call several months ago, and I'm just going to ask her from there what happened and why she made that call to me and others.
Okay, well, I was very frustrated about Buffalo and why it seemingly seemed to be stuck. I had the privilege of being on a clergy call, and it was several clergy from all over Western New York, and they were arguing over the pettiest things. And I said, this is not going to help the people. And I was really distraught for weeks. In the middle of the night, I would get up crying. So I was looking through the YouTube, and I seen John Ramirez, and he was talking about that he used to be a Satanist. And I said, well, surely he would be able to answer the question about why Buffalo is stuck. So I emailed him, and they responded back to me, and they said, well, sure, he can come answer it in person. No, I really wasn't trying to do that. I wanted you to answer the question by an email. And they said, well, he would love to come into the region. He's always wanted an invite. And I wasn't thinking about doing that at all. So that initiated a process. I said, well, if I'm going to bring somebody like that in, you have to have a team of people who can pray. So all these women I have known for over a decade except for one. Now, we're not buddies or friends. We didn't hang out. We just knew each other spiritually. And I knew the depth of their relationship with the Lord. And so I called several people. And the Lord said, if they answer it a certain way, they're the ones. If they don't, they're not. And so Katie was one that answered it. It ended up to be 6 of these amazing women and me. And so we started out we had to do intercession. And
That's right.
I said, okay, we have to bathe this in a lot of prayer.
Yeah.
So one of the strategies that the Lord gave me was go to the gates. So we went about, and I went and I researched, and we tried to get as close to the original gates of Buffalo as we could.
That's right.
And we went to the gates, and we did what the Lord told us to do at the gates. And the one thing that I have to commend all of them for is that we all had the same equal level of faith. We all believed that the Lord wanted to do it. We believed that revival wasn't coming, that it was here.
Yes.
And the Lord said to all of us, but me as well, he's been waiting for somebody to believe him for it and stop asking him for it. So that's kind of how that all came about. So John Ramirez came, and I thought I was just done. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna leave Buffalo because I've been trying to leave for many years, and I'm gonna move to Virginia. And John Ramirez said, well, the spirit of religion has bowed. And if you don't do something, it's going to erect stronger than it was before. So what are you going to do? And I said, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do anything. I'm done. He said, no, you got to do something. And I said, what am I supposed to do? He said, I don't know. You're a prophet. Ask the Lord. But you have to do it. I said, why does it have to be me? He said, because you paid the price.
That's what he said.
He said, you paid the price. And because you paid the price, the Lord's going to give this to you.
We plowed, we prayed, all of that.
And I said, Lord,
absolutely.
Okay. So then this wonderful team only agreed to help me with John coming.
Right.
So I said, well,
in
okay.
June.
And that was it. That was all of our expectation.
We're done.
And I said, well, they knew what John had said to us. And I said, well, y'all, what are you in? And I said, if anybody wants to leave, I get it. And they said, no, we're in. And the Lord said to us, he said, listen, I'm giving you the city, but you can't do it according to old methodologies, and you can't do it by begging me. We're going to legislate. We're going to go and have intercession, which is different than prayer. And we are going to hear the Father's heart, and we're going to command and do according to what he shows. And we said, Lord, tell us what was Buffalo's original purposes. And so we was remitting the sins, and we went to City Hall. He would show us all kinds of things. And then he said to us, I said, okay, we knew we had to get out, right? So we said, we'll do pop-ups. We're gonna do prayer pop-ups. We all said, yeah. And I said, okay, where? And they said, well, that's up to you to figure out. You on your own with that. So I prayed, and I'm driving around at wee hours in the morning, and the Lord said, I'm going to send you to the darkest part of Buffalo.
That's right.
And I said, okay, where is that? He said, Broadway. I said, okay. And I said that to the team. They said, okay. And I said, okay. So then when we got out here, Mr. Lenny Lane came out here, and he gave me a profound prophetic word and said, if the Lord is going to give you the city, if you take Broadway, you got the city, because this is the stronghold to the city. And surrounding this area, you have drugs, you have prostitution, so you have greed, you have all different kinds of you have human trafficking, you have all kinds of spirits. The spirit, you have the spirit of the Antichrist. This is surrounded by Muslims. The very first time I came on this land, I thought everyone saw what I saw because it was so real. This whole property, I seen it was like, and it was all of these Muslim men, and they had on all of these like different color garbs. And I pulled up, and they were all staring. And I said, "Do you own this land?" And they didn't say anything. This was a spiritual thing, but it was so real. And I said, "Well, you know, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of your God. This you Antichrist." And I'm like going in, like, we're gonna see who God is greater. My God is greater. And I'm doing all of this stuff, and they walked away. So I'm like, Jess is looking at me, and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "You didn't see those Muslim men?" She's like, "No, there was no Muslim men." I said, it was like 12 of them. "You didn't see those men?" They said, "No." I said, "Oh my God." So it was a spiritual moment. So then I knew, okay, Lord, you are really doing something here. We had a cook-in before, like when we cooked, we fed the community, and we were gonna go on to the next assignment. And Lenny said, but it was so many people came out. We prayed for them. They were so moved by the prayer. It wasn't so much what we gave them. It was the fact that we prayed for them. And they kept saying, "What church do you go to? How can we find you?" And Lenny comes out here 3 times a week. So they were asking Lenny. So Lenny called me and said, "Listen, Neldria, you do what the Lord tells you to do. But I really want you to consider coming out here again." I said, "We'll come out there like once a month." He said, "Just pray." So I took this to the team because I don't know, and I told them what they said, and they all said, "Yeah, we gotta stay." And then when the Lord said, "If this is the stronghold, if we attack the stronghold, then we're here." So we said, "Okay, we'll be out here." And even though we don't give food every week, we give them the word. We have stuff to give away. And Lenny said, it's not about you giving stuff to them. It's about you being present. Because this kind of community has to see consistency,
they have
and they
to
trust you.
Yes,
you
that's
can't
right.
come out and be a one done. So we know people's names, and they speak to us. We prayed for. They come back and give us testimonies of things that we prayed for, and things are getting better, or they come and
awesome.
many of the drug addicted come and say, I just want to be set free. So so we're out here until the Lord tells us, you know what, until our warfare is accomplished on Broadway and we take the ground. What we do is we're doing intercession through an act of kindness, but we are very clear that we truly believe that our worship and intercession is going to break all this open.
Absolutely.
Something so simple, but so profound in the hands of the Lord. Because worship changes the atmosphere.
Amen.
And so we're constantly worshiping. We're constantly believing the Lord for his goodness.
And constantly relying
on
Holy
him.
Spirit.
You know what I have? I have a heart yielded to him. I really asked him to break I came out here yesterday to give out flyers in the community. That's one of the ladies I gave a flyer to. Hi, darling.
Hi, baby.
Come over here and get some food, okay? There you go, darling.
What do you say now to the churches that are inside? They're inside the church. They're inside the four walls, and they need to come out of the four walls. What do you say to them?
I will say to you that these people are hungry for truth, but they also are looking for authenticity. And so coming out here makes who you are. You're bringing Christ to them. We're bringing the church to them, because some of them will never come into a building. So if that's your only model, you're gonna miss a harvest. You're gonna miss a harvest.
Say that again.
If your only model is to be in a church, you're going to miss the harvest.
Woo. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.